students, I am your business studies teacher Navdeep and we are doing chapter 2 management principles of business studies class 12th. In this video, I will explain you background and history of Taylor and scientific principles of Taylor. F.W. Taylor, full form of F.W. is Frederick Winslow. Frederick Winslow Taylor was born in 1856 in USA and he had degree of mechanical engineering. Using his engineering background, Taylor set up some scientific rules, scientific studies and techniques. He observed work of many workers in factories and he noticed there were a lack of planning and working methods were not properly arranged. So, by observing these things, he made some scientific techniques for doing the work and he gave some principles that are known as Taylor's principle or scientific principles of Taylor. Now, contribution of Taylor. He has published so many books and research papers on industrial organization and management. He was famous for shop management, piece rate system and principles of scientific management. He focused on adoption of scientific techniques for doing work. Now, what is the meaning of scientific management according to Taylor? According to Taylor, meaning of scientific management is to apply scientific things, scientific techniques, system for doing work or for getting work done by workers in factories. And he was not in the favor of rule of thumb. In rule of thumb, traditional methods of doing work is used. Now, what are the scientific principles of management? First principle is science, not rule of thumb. According to Taylor, management is not doing about rule of thumb. According to rule of thumb, all work, all things will be done in traditional ways. But according to Taylor, work should be done with scientific techniques by using scientific or systematic ways. If we will use rule of thumb or we will use traditional methods, then work will be done according to the dictatorship of managers only. They will order to their subordinates and their subordinates will follow their orders. For example, a manager will decide standard time for doing the work or standard target on the basis of his past experience only, according to the rule of thumb. But according to Taylor, according to scientific techniques or principles, he focused that there should be a time study of work. He will, according to Taylor, time will be noticed for doing the standard work done by an efficient worker, and that standard time will be given to all workers for finishing their target. So, according to this principle, we will use scientific methods of doing work, not rule of thumb. Second principle of Taylor is harmony, not discord. Harmony means mutual understanding between managers, management, and workers or subordinates. So, according to this principle, Taylor focused we should work together. Sometimes there is ego clashes between the mentality of managers and workers or subordinates. The mentality of managers is mostly the workers are good for nothing and mentality of workers is they are overburdened or they are underpaid. This type of attitudes are seen in both management as well as in workers. So, this principle says there should be mental revolution. Mental revolution means complete change of attitude between management and workers. Management should consider an important part of the organization to the workers, and workers should also consider management as an important part. They must develop positive thinking for each other. They should work with mutual understanding. They should not contradict each other. If management should consider workers an important part of the organizations, then definitely workers will do work with their greatest efficiency. And this will provide benefits to the management as well as the organization. Third principle is cooperation, not individualism. According to this principle, first of all, this principle is the extension of second principle, that is harmony, not discord. According to this principle, managers should cooperate with workers and workers should cooperate with managers. They both should not focus on their individual goals. They should work with proper coordination and cooperation. If they will work with cooperation, then workers will not go on strike. They will only tie a black ribbon for showing their dissatisfaction and for gaining the sympathy of managers. And managers also cooperate with their workers. They should distribute some share in the form of bonus in that year in which they are earning some extra profits with the help of the efficiency of their workers. They should also reward to their workers for the best suggestions of the workers or for the greatest efficiency of the workers. There should be an open communication system. Last principle is development of workers to their greatest efficiency and prosperity. According to the last and fourth principle of scientific management or Taylor, this principle says from time to time the workers should be updated, they should be promoted, they should be given training for their updation so that they can work with their greatest efficiency for the welfare of the organization. They should be given job according to their qualification so that organization can take benefits from their efficiency to the greatest level. Okay, so this is all about scientific principles of Taylor. Thank you, keep revising.